So hello my dear friends, welcome back, welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. You see the greenery behind me? Okay, so this greenery is actually very important for everyone, because when you look green or you wear green, although I'm wearing black actually, green is going to give you peace along with white also. Today in this video I'm going to help you to understand the planet of enjoyment in Vedic Astrology. Now there are total 9 planets in Vedic Astrology, including Rahu and Ketu, and you can please first of all mention below the planet which I'm going to discuss. I will give you 5 seconds. Please write it down in the comment section. Today I'm going to discuss with regards to the planet of enjoyment. So what is the actual planet of enjoyment? Okay, I'm not discussing the pleasures here. Okay, I'm actually talking about enjoyment. Okay, so the enjoyment in Vedic astrology is governed by planet Mercury. Yes, it's a Budh Graha. Mercury is a very child kind of a planet. This is a planet which represents the pure enjoyment. Many might going to be considering Venus as a planet of enjoyment, but no. Venus is actually a planet of pleasures. Okay, so there is a difference between pleasures and enjoyment. Pleasures is any sort of pleasure. Maybe you are eating some delicious food, so this is going to give you that sort of pleasures. Maybe it's connected with sensual pleasures also. That is Venus. Maybe you are purchasing some luxury Gucci brands and that you are carrying with you, so that is actually the sense of pleasure. It's not enjoyment. Maybe you are going to have a big bungalow, big apartments, maybe 10 different Rolls Royals and different many other cars. It may be Range Rover, Audi, BMW, or it may be Aston Martin or any other. Okay, so all these things are actually connected with Venus. Now Venus is a planet of pleasure. It's not enjoyment. It's not possible or it's not necessary. If you are possessing materialistic riches in your life, only then you are going to feel happy and contentment. Although I totally agree, in the 21st century happiness is also connected with money part also. So Venus is also very important, but many a times after a certain limit, if you cross, maybe you achieve the target, specifically differ from country to country, but I believe if you reach the target of 5 million, so you are going to actually have a very decent life. Okay, 5 million, maybe 1 million also, many might going to be considered as a decent life, but in the 5 million you can enjoy. But beyond that thing, wealth is also not going to play a very pivotal role into your life, and that is where our dear planet Mercury is coming. See, Mercury is the actual planet of enjoyment. That is why in Jyotish Shastra this is also connected with prince actually. So suppose there is some ancient kingdom, so Surya is the king. Okay, Moon is the queen, Jupiter is the guru, so that is going to teach the king. Mars is that tactical planet, or it's that kind of a soldier. Army general, so that is going to look after the army and general and all that kind of a thing. Saturn is actually considered as a lower level people, but Mercury is that planet which is a prince actually. So it's Prince Charming, which is free from any sort of responsibilities. Now if for example I even free you from any sort of responsibilities from your life, day-to-day life, whatever you are doing in your life, that is where the sense of enjoyment is going to be coming into your life. But today in this video I'm going to help you to understand which areas. There are total 12 houses in Vedic astrology. So out of 12 houses, which house is actually going to give you that sort of enjoyment, or which areas you will find particularly, okay, I'm actually enjoying my life. You just need to pay attention towards the 2 important zodiac signs of Mercury, that is the sign of Gemini and the sign of Virgo. Wherever the sign of Gemini and Virgo is posited, that is where the sense of enjoyment is going to be coming into your life. Now if for example if the sign of Gemini is posited in the 2nd house, so it means through family and through possessing materialistic riches also, because that is also the house of money and wealth. So that is also going to give you enjoyment. If Mercury, maybe it's gaining control over the 4th house, that is the house of comfort. So home is going to give you comfort. So through home that enjoyment is coming. If Mercury is gaining access over the 5th house, that is the house of your children actually. So children are going to become the biggest source of enjoyment into your life. If Mercury is gaining control over the maybe 6th house, 6th house is actually symbolizes different things. It's also acquiring loan, mortgage, debt, doing some sort of a speculation also. Taking the money from other people, investing their money in different set of portfolios, grow their money, and you can also charge 1 to 2% commission over other people's money. Just like all the brokers and mutual fund, hedge fund managers, even the real estate agents are doing. So if Mercury in strong connect is with that 6th house, it's with the sign of Gemini or Virgo, that is where the real sense of enjoyment is coming. It's also not, it's also very important for you to understand this is the house of non-profit organizations as well. If your Mercury energy is up there, it means the enjoyment is also coming by joining with some non-profit organizations. If Mercury is in the 7th house, it means opposite sex. Engaging in relationships, and it's not temporary, it's a permanent relationship, and that is where specifically for Sagittarius ascendant people, relationship is actually going to play a very important role in their life. That is because without a relationship, it becomes very difficult for Sagittarius to feel that enjoyment. So enjoyment factor in your life is coming through the Mercury energy. Similarly, if it is in the 8th house, suppose the Mercury zodiac sign may be Virgo or Gemini, if it is in your 8th house, so reading astrology, studying Vedic astrology is actually going to give you enjoyment. 8th house is also the house which actually represents the pornography or bad stuff. So if Mercurian energy is up there, it means indulgence in that activity. Although that part connected with Venus, I told you, it's pleasure, it's not enjoyment. You are not going to enjoy. Enjoyment is a state where you are going to continuously enjoying your life. It's not a hangover, like you are drinking some whiskey or wine and then the hangover is for 2, 3, 4 hours maximum and then you are enjoying. No, it's a temporary enjoyment. Mercury is a permanent enjoyment. Venus and moon, even moon is your mind actually. Moon is also exalted in the sign of Venus actually. That is the sign of Taurus. So moon is also find its pleasure in the Venus. Whereas if you look, Mercury don't get exalted in any other house. Even Venus is also even getting exalted in the Jupiterian house in Pisces. But Mercury is exalted in its own sign of Virgo. Then that is also the planet which represents the contentment with your own self. You are happy with your own self. You see the child, how just try to notice the behavior of a child, how the child is behaving, how child is moving, how child is doing, performing certain actions. So the child is free from responsibilities and even free from the judgment of the other people. Child is not worried about what other people are going to say if I'm going to do this thing. Okay, so that is that free flow, or it's that free energy, that is Mercury. That is why it's also connecting the sign of Gemini actually, because in the original Kalpurusha Kundali, Gemini is the 3rd house, that is the house of your siblings also. So siblings are also going to become the part of enjoyment if Mercury is also very well positioned. Okay, you also need to check the strength of Mercury. Okay, don't just look like, okay, cooking astrologer is telling me Mercury is the planet of enjoyment and my Virgo is in the 3rd house and through siblings I will not be able to enjoy my life. It also depends over the strength of your Mercury actually. It's not like that. Okay, so strength and dignity of Mercury is very important. Similarly in the 9th house actually. Now 9th house is the house of your long distance travel, long distance journeys, any sort of movement. So any movement is also going to give you enjoyment, or if you are continuously moving. 9th house also represents spiritual journeys. Maybe you are traveling to some distant foreign, or in India specifically Char Dham Yatra. You see Badrinath, Dwarka and Jagannath Puri, Rameshwaram. So these are the Char Dhams. So Char Dham Yatra is also seen through that 9th house. So if the Mercury energy, the sign of Gemini and Virgo, if it is in the 9th house, it means if you are going to do that thing, this will definitely going to bring enjoyment into your life. Enjoyment is also connected with the joy. Okay, joy is also a same word. I'm not here talking about happiness also, because happiness is somewhat different. I'm only talking about enjoyment, where you are into some higher state, where your mind is free from foundations actually, limitations also. Okay, so where your mind is totally freed actually, there is no one watching you. You are just like a child. You are doing whatever you want to do. That is Mercury. That is also the reason why many people, they tend to love secludedness over gatherings. They prefer their own company. Now, the only reason if that is possible, if the person is enjoying his or her own company, either their moon is in a Kemdrum yoga or either their Mercury is very strong. These are the two possibilities where the person is actually going to feel contentment or enjoyment with oneself. Similarly, if Mercury and energy, that Virgo, and I'm not talking about Mercury placement here, only I'm talking about Mercury in zodiac signs. If it is in the 10th house is the house of career. So building career is also going to help you to gain enjoyment into your life. Now it also matter actually whether your Mercury is debilitated in the chart, it's maybe badly impacted or it's negatively impacting you, then it might going to be playing politics in the office is going to give you enjoyment. You see, there are many people, if you are working in a 9 to 5 kind of a job, you will find different personalities. And if you know Vedic astrology, by just looking into all the personality, you will be able to tell which planet is going to be prominent in this person. If that person is sincere, this planet is going to be prominent up there. This thing come over the passage of time actually. Okay, when I started learning this Vedic astrology and I even go to visit market and different places, I tend to see and observe different people by just how they are dressing, the kind of clothes which they are wearing, the kind of food which they like to eat, how they are behaving, how they are walking. So these things are connected with astrology. If you are into very deep in astrology, you will be able to just look into the other person, going to give 100% accurate prediction regarding the ascendant of that person or which planet is going to be prominently seen. Similarly, if Mercury, also 9th house is the writing part. Writing a book, publishing a book is also going to give you a lot of enjoyment. Similarly, Mercury in the 5th house. If your Mercury is in the 5th house and if there is lack of enjoyment, write something. This is a remedy to actually activate this graha. If Mercury is in 11th house of money, so here consistent money is not going to give you enjoyment. Okay, if you are earning paycheck to paycheck basis on monthly basis, it's not going to help you to enjoy your life, because Mercury represents the constant flow of money coming in and going out. It doesn't matter whether you are having profit or you are having loss, but transactions are important. So money, if Mercury feels happy if that transactions are going in and out. Okay, also 11th house symbolizes many other things actually, even all the other houses. I'm just giving you one snapshot here, so that at least if you are devoid from enjoyment right now, if there is, because without enjoyment, purpose will also tend to think, you will think like that, okay, I'm on a big purpose right now, but without enjoyment, that purpose will also not going to fulfill you from the inside. Similarly, Mercury controlling the 12th house, expenses will give enjoyment. If, for example, Virgo sign is up there, or it may be the sign of Gemini is up there and Mercury is very well positioned in the chart, it means spending money, spending lot of money. As soon as you start spending money, you are enjoying. So in this way, even in the ascendant actually, ascendant Mercury is a totally different kind of personality. Mercury in the 1st house is that kind of a personalities where they tend to feel more contented with their own self because of their intellect, because of their intelligence also. Gaining knowledge will also going to help you to gain enjoyment. Even you see the greenery actually. Initially I told you green is seen through Mercury. Now it's a hara rang. Have you seen parrot? All the birds, they are connected with Mercury. Air is connected with Mercury. So the chirping of the birds, going into nature, naturistic park, this will give you enjoyment. If you are in a city life, I believe it's very difficult to gain the Mercury energy actually. Mercury is also karka of business now. Okay, now you understand why there are only very few businessmen and why there are many people that are doing 9 to 5 jobs, or why there are very few self-employed people, or why there are many people. Mercury is actually the planet which is going to show you the actual difference. Okay, why the top 1% is possessing 90% of the wealth. It's because of their Mercury. It's not any other planet. Mercury is a very underestimated planet in Vedic astrology because it's a very, first of all, fast moving. Most of the time Mercury is in conjunction with Surya or maybe Venus sometime. You will hardly find Mercury all alone in any chart actually. 85% of charts are having Mercury in conjunction. It may be with Sun, Venus, or sometimes Sun, Venus both. Sometime with the Rahu and Ketu axis also. Very few time with Jupiter, very few time with Saturn and these kind of planets. But most of the time Mercury is with something. And that is the role of prince in a kingdom actually. Now prince is there for just to enjoy. Sun is holding all the responsibilities. Mars is soldier who is looking and taking care of the military and all such kind of a thing. Jupiter is also doing the tactical planning and this. But Mercury is free actually, it's a child. So there is also one childlike character which is present inside you, and it's very important for you to keep that childish thing alive inside you. You see, when you try to laugh in a very awkward manner, all the laughing scenes are seen with Mercury. When you laugh, okay, even smileys are connected with Mercury. You see the different emojis which are created in your phone, maybe smiley, fire emoji, congratulations, that emoji. So emojis are also seen with Mercury. So Mercury is that sense of showing something without communication also. It's not only like you are through communication, you are saying thank you. Maybe sometime your hand gestures like this is capable enough to show other people like that person is giving you thank you or showing gratitude. So it's also the body language actually. If Mercury is very strong and very powerful, you will be able to read the body language of other people. What other person trying to say. That is also the reason if Mercury is very strong, you will, and you are in Vedic astrology, 100 out of 100 time you are going to be accurate with other person, like okay. And it's not necessary Mercury only feel comfort in their own zodiac sign. Mercury in Pisces, Mercury in watery zodiac sign also have their own sense of enjoyment. Because Mercury is that single most planet out of all the 9 planets. Wherever it goes, Mercury tend to utilize its power energy from that particular area to gain enjoyment. So in this way you can utilize the strength of Mercury in your horoscope, and you can also enjoy your life to the fullest. So I hope you have gained some deep insights in this video with me. If you find a positive message through this video, now please send me super thanks. Any small contribution from your side will also help me to make more such wonderful videos. I have made many videos over the karmic connectivity, but let me shift it, okay? So you can also contact me at my email ID. If you require marriage, career, business, spiritual consultation, do let me know. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Till then, subscribe my channel below. Make sure to hit the like button, and also follow me on Instagram. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.